This is your album number 7. What's different in this new album? How do you feel with this release? Tell me about that universe.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything feels kind of different after the sort of enforced like break that we had. You know, I feel like like obviously everyone is sort of 2 years older than they meant to be, like than they were supposed to be. And so I feel like, yeah, it's like it's kind of a strange time to be coming back to performing, but it's really nice to see all of our fans, and it's really nice for us to be playing again. So yeah, like it does feel like it feels very different, but there's something about being back in the same rooms with our fans that feels very like comforting.
How does Small World feels on stage?
Yeah, you know, it feels really good, and it's like, you know, obviously people want to hear the old music as well, so like we're playing everything, but I feel like the new songs, they really work with everything else, and people seem to be responding to them very well. And but then, you know, people are still getting to know the album, so it's like this is just I guess the beginning of it being performed.
How did you choose this family of 9 songs?
Well, they were all songs that were basically written during the lockdown, so they were all kind of they were the songs that I wrote in that period of time, and I started some other songs, but they were never like they didn't sort of have the same momentum that these songs had. So like I decided that it was best to just have it as a kind of document of almost like what I did when I was at home, you know. So they kind of chose themselves, I guess, is the more poetic way of saying it.
And did you have like important decisions where you left a song outside the album or something you can tell about?
No, it was quite unusual, like making the album, because there was no like, you know, normally when you're making a record, you have this window of time between a tour, maybe spending some time with your family, and then, you know, the next, like, you have this kind of idea of a date in the future when the album will be released. But with this one, like, there was no, like, we didn't know when the kind of like lockdown would end. We didn't know when we would tour again. So there was like no pressure. And so like, I guess I had the time to work on the songs for as long as they needed to be worked on. So I think like, yeah, there are anything that's not on the album like should not have been there, and I probably will never finish. like the songs that are there are the only ones that need to be there, really.
It's crazy, like making music without pressure after 6 discs of doing like that.
Yeah, and like, you know, like you never, when you're, the last time I had that experience was when I was like 17 years old, you know, like to have to make music just like with no pressure is like it's a very special thing.
Would you do it again?
Yeah. Although like, yeah, but it would be very difficult to replicate that, like, you know, the idea of like literally like, even if you wanted to go and do something, you can't. You know what I mean? Like, it was quite an unusual experience.
And did this album make you want to make more albums?
Yeah, but I guess it's sort of like, for me the record, it marks a kind of a change in what I do and where I'm at with my career. So it makes me it made me excited about the next stage and like what I can do next. But I'm in no like rush to do anything. I can relax a bit now. And
can you describe this small world as a place?
I mean, it's like I guess the thing that I was thinking about was the idea that you know, like the thing that I realized during the lockdown was you realize what you need, like what you need in life to be happy. And actually, like, the things that you need are really quite basic, you know, like you need company, like you need to be able to talk to people, you need to be able to eat and drink, and you need to be able to sort of enjoy like nature, you know. And so for me, what I need is very like condensed and simple, and that's the kind of the small world, I guess.
And if you were a chef and this is your dish you made, how would you like people to listen to? How would you like this to be listened to?
Well, I think like I think during the past couple of years as well, I think my idea of how time like moves has changed, and I think I'd like people to just spend the time to just listen to it from the beginning to the end. Like, it's not a big record. Just listen to it and sort of use that time to like relax and enjoy, hopefully maybe being transported somewhere for a little while.
You have a long tour ahead, and how does that feel after all these years of?
Yeah, it's kind of exciting, but it's exciting, but it's a bit scary because you know, since the last time we were touring, like, you know, a few of us in the band have kids, and the children are grown up a bit bigger now, and so like the experience of being away from them is quite different. So it's like a bit like, for now it's fine. We've been away for maybe 2 weeks, so it's kind of not too hard, but maybe it'll get harder. But no, we're having fun at the moment.